What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we have some huge news for you guys. Oh my goodness, I am so pumped up for this. Last night we had the Spring Trap show over on Echo's channel, and we had Darian on from Supercell. He's the community manager, if you didn't know, and we had him on and we had an interview with him talking about Clan War Leagues, but we got into some other stuff, including December update being confirmed, along with some other stuff being confirmed, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, getting into, showing off the clips. And if you guys want to see the full interview, it is over on Echo Gaming's channel. I will link that down in the description. Go check it out. It was an awesome time, an awesome experience. My first time ever talking to Darian. He was awesome, and special thanks to him for taking the time to come speak with us. But let's go ahead and hop right into it, guys. Darian, you kind of hinted at it, and we talked about, new stuff, new content, It's been a while since before E-Drags and the tornado trap. You already know where I'm going with this. Is there any plans for a potential new troop, new spell? It's been a while since we got a new spell. So I come right out. I just ask him, Darian, we getting anything new, bro? Come on, help me out. We getting anything? Watch his reaction. I just said spell. Are we, new spell? Well, let me rewind that for a quick sec. Right here, watch spell. Watch his reaction when I say spell. We got a new spell. Clone was the last one, right? And we got the people's eyebrow from Darian. Any new potential? I know you can't say, but we got the people's eyebrow when I said spell from Darian. Huh? Is that some kind of acknowledgement? Is that Darian's really good at throwing up smoke screens and decoys? Is he just messing with us? In the pipeline, being looked at for potential new troop spell, anything like that offensive.
This is not a confirmation. I am not affirming or denying or saying yes or no.
So Darian is always really good about telling us stuff, but it not being yes or no. And that's what he's saying here, guys. This is not a confirmed yes or no. Yes, we're getting a new troop. Yes, we're getting a new spell. But we're content creators. We like to look at these things and break them down, and that's exactly what we're doing here. But let's go ahead and keep listening.
Just remember to keep an eye on the December update.
December update confirmed right there. Yes, we are getting a December update. I mean, that's pretty obvious. We get a December update every year. But he said keep an eye on it.
We've got several new features that are going to
features. You see how he thinks about, like, he has to be careful not to give away. Oh, Darian, you're so good at your job. But several new features coming in the December update, guys,
including some new magic items. What?
New magic items. Oh man, I love magic items. I'm so pumped. But check this out. I mean, this part right here, I mean, you see me, I'm taking notes. I got my little notepad out. I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta make sure talk about this.
Is something that the community has been asking for a long time.
Right here, you'll see. And about a split second, all of us are gonna click. We're gonna be like, and then we're gonna take our guesses. Hold on, I had an idea.
I do too.
And when it is released, it'll be one of those like, oh, finally. And it's more of a quality of life magic item than anything else.
Can I take a guess at? Well, you don't have to confirm.
So you can see we can all like, oh, and we're all gonna talk about what we think it is. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense that this could potentially be what the new magic item is. Let's just all take our guesses. Go ahead, Echo.
I'll have that guess.
Okay.
It's stamped right here. I'm gonna guess that it's a magic item where you can move one of your we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like my Christmas tree, I can finally get it into the sidebar. That's gonna be my guess, and no confirmation needed.
So, Darian, again, doesn't confirm. But what Echo's talking about is, right here, for instance, say I wanted to move this Christmas tree away from the witch's cauldron, and I wanted to move that Christmas tree over to my other one. I could use a magic item to kind of organize that. Or, maybe I have, for instance, this witch's hat kind of right here, and I want to put it over here. I could use that magic item to kind of get that moved around. And that's what we're kind of talking about right there.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would be the guess, because how many times we get the awesome seasonal items and it's just like, I gotta hope I can get it to spawn in the right spot, right next to my other one. Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah. Judo, what's your
two
guess?
questions pop up into my head whilst we've been going over that.
What's your guess though, Judo?
Oh, but yeah, my guess is absolutely that. That was exactly what.
So we're all on the same page there. That's exactly what we were all thinking. But he said magic items, multiple magic items. So there could be more, which is really, really awesome stuff.
Came into my head as soon as I said that.
I can't confirm anything. I mean, it's
I feel like we're dead on there because he wants to confirm it, but he's not allowed to confirm it. I feel like he's like, man, I really want to just be like, yeah, that's what's coming, but he knows he can't.
you know, it's in Fahrenheit temperature right now. It's about 20 degrees outside. So I think that's -5 or -6 Celsius. So maybe the ice is getting to my head, and I could be spouting off nonsense.
Could be.
Yeah, you'll just have to see what we.
So he just says you'll have to see what we come out with, which, oh, I'm so pumped, man. So December update confirmed, potentially new offense, potentially, and not, you know, maybe, hold on, we got that. Oh, that's nice. I wish I needed that Book of Heroes. But lots of good info in there. Next, we had talk about Builder Hall. It was briefly brought up. I know a lot of people are like, man, Builder Hall, whatever. But there are Builder Hall fans in there, and we did talk about Builder Hall 9 and if it is coming out.
Builders Hall. Is there word of another Builders Hall level in the future? And if so, is it going, or is an update to the Builders Hall going to tie in the main village and Builders Hall a little bit more in any way?
So we had a little bit of technical issues with the cams. That's why it's looking like that. But Echo asking, is there going to be more Builder Hall stuff coming out?
We want to try to make them. But let me backtrack. Yes, more Builder Hall content is in the works. I can't give a definitive date when the next Builder Hall 9 will be coming. I mean, we've been saying that more Builder Hall content will come. So obviously, Builder Hall 9 is that next very obvious step.
So he says, yes, more Builder Hall content, which is usually really vague, but then he says Builder Hall 9 is the next logical step. So for me, that is confirming that Builder Hall 9 is coming out, and then he talks about when it's coming out.
I would say possibly Q1, Q2 of 2019.
So early 2019, which is really, really awesome. So obviously, if you're a Builder Hall player, that is going to be huge news for you. My Builder Hall gets neglected over here a lot. Let's upgrade something. But Builder Hall 9 is coming out, which my main Builder Hall is Builder Hall 8. So pretty cool stuff there if you play Builder Hall. But then we also got into talking about the clouds. And again, guys, this is just small snippets of the full interview. We did a full interview, talked Clan War Leagues, talked about the matchups and all that good stuff. And it was just such a good interview over on Echo Gaming's channel. Go check that out. But let's go ahead. I brought up clouds because this is something that's, I mean, every update, is there a fix for the clouds yet or what? We finally get some answers about the clouds, guys. Darian, you want to talk clouds or not?
Okay.
So he's just so good. Talking to Darian is just awesome. He's so good at just being, you know, being in tune with what's going on in the community and stuff. I've heard
The pusher.
well, yeah, I love pushing. I mean, I've pushed everything from Town Hall 7 to Town Hall 12, so I am a pusher, and that's one of my favorite things in the game. So I heard that there's a fix being worked on, and potentially, you know, early next year, sometime next year. Any insight into what a potential fix could be? I have some ideas, but I'll let you kind of open up the... So I didn't really talk about my ideas as much in here, but I was talking about like rewarding and new achievements, and I actually forgot to grab that clip. But Darian did confirm that he agrees there's, I shouldn't say confirm, he agrees there should be new and kind of current achievements that kind of keep up with the game. And he wouldn't be surprised if that comes out in the future is kind of what he gets at. But let's go ahead and talk to, or listen to his response about the clouds.
So we're calling it Operation Blue Skies.
So there is a fix coming. They even have a name for it. Operation Blue Skies, meaning no more clouds.
I like the name.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, our one of our designers came up with the name, and it was kind of clever. Stuck. So we're looking at Q1, possibly Q2.
So again, early 2019. Q1 means like the first 3 months. Q2 means 4 through 6 months. So the first 6 months of 2019 is what they're hoping for.
2019 for this solution to be implemented. So it's definitely first half of 2019, and it's the biggest thing that we're working on. It's the most complex one. It's going to change. I can't go exactly the specific details of how it's going to work because I kind of want that to. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but
right.
It's going to radically change how Legend Leagues work. And what it's going to effectively do is remove completely or reduce the clouds to a very, very bare minimum of maybe a few seconds to a minute, maybe a couple minutes at most.
So he's talking about completely, basically just getting rid of the clouds. Now, if you're at like 6,000 trophies, you can go days without finding a base. But Darian's going to talk about, and we'll listen to him, but he's going to talk about a new system where it's going to be more based on your skill, not necessarily how much time you can spend in the clouds, where those attacks are going to matter more, and you're going to want to make sure you're able to, do better attacks and be a better attacker, whereas right now, it's basically about finding as many bases as possible. So let's go ahead and keep listening here.
But it's something that once you get to the Legend League, it drastically changes how the trophy system works and how attacking and defense works.
So as soon as you hit 5,000 trophies, the new system will be in play. It won't be, like kind of how it is in Titans or even in Legends like right now, which is really, really interesting. Let's keep going here, guys.
No, you'll still be able to, the gameplay itself will still be the same. It's just what we do in the background is going to be different compared to now.
That makes me nervous because clouds have almost became like, part of pushing and we're used to it. But it sucks. I mean, I've pushed and went full days without finding bases. And that's, horrible in its own. But obviously you guys know what you're doing, but my concern is I don't want pushing to become too easy or too much of a given thing, So that's been my biggest concern when they talk about a fix for the clouds is they're going to like ruin pushing or like overdo it and then pushing just going to be this easy thing. We're going to have people at 7,000, 7,500. And I don't know. I don't want to see. I mean, right now, I think the record's like 6,500, maybe 6,600 with that really long season we had, which I don't want to see someone just instantly getting to 7K. I want it to be something that should be worked for. I want pushing to still be a challenge. And that's what my biggest concerns are with it. And he kind of addresses that for me.
Right. We understand that. And we want it, when you get to the Legend League, and even getting to the Legend League, we want it to be more about, who's a more skilled attacker, not who can attack the highest number of times.
And that's what it is now, is who can attack the most usually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is be able to provide kind of a change to the trophies, or not change to the trophies, but change to how the league functions where, there are, if I say something, it'll be giving it away kind of.
He's so good at he's got so good with his words, but essentially what he's getting at is it's going to be more based on skill and stuff like that. But he's so good at not slipping up and giving away anything, which
almost got me
gotta
there.
give him kudos for that, right?
let's just say this: we're looking at what the potential damages can be if the clouds are completely removed and if there isn't some kind of fairness to it. So we don't want people who can sit there for 24 hours a game or, doing account sharing to be the ones who are the ones who move up to the highest trophy levels. We want it to be about skill and about defense, about base building.
So there you hear him kind of saying they want it to be more of a skill basing, and that's kind of what it seems like they're trying to get to, is more of like skill-based gameplay with the CWL stuff and pushing, which, I mean, that'll be good, because right now it's basically, like he mentioned account sharing, and I kind of asked him about account sharing and stuff, if that's a big issue. And that's one of the ways that the trophy leagues are ran. Like, people run the same accounts and just keep them on and just run those accounts up every single season. Also, by the way, on my Town Hall 10, I got attacked by Tasmanian Devil, who finished first place last season. Just saying, just throwing that out there. So it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of a cloud fix and how it's going to work. But it seems like a pretty big undertaking and a brand new kind of concept on the clouds, which I'm really interested about. But guys, there was a lot more content in there. That's just a few snippets from it. Go check out the full interview. Link will be down in the description. Go check it out on Echo's channel. It was absolutely a blast. Again, shout out to Darian for coming and spending some time with us. Shout out to Echo and Judo as well for hanging out. If you guys aren't subbed to them, what are you doing? Come on, those guys are awesome. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I am so pumped up for this December update, but I'm so pumped up for things to come in the game after speaking with Darian. I feel like Supercell is, moving in the right direction with Clash of Clans as far as keeping it alive, bringing fresh content, bringing, stuff that we want to see that's, relatable to the community and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on Clash Bash.